Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. It's Laura from Meerkat Makes by Elle, and I'm on the Grafix Arts YouTube channel today sharing a really fun art journal page. I'm going to be using the Dura-Lar Prints Whimsical Florals, and we'll also be using some Dura-Bright white and some artist tack. So there's a few different designs available in the Dura-Lar Prints, but I've got the Whimsical Florals by Terry Conrad Designs. They're 8.5 by 11 inches. You get 6 sheets in the pack, 3 clear and 3 matte. So you get 3 different designs and you get a clear and a matte version in each. I've got the artist tack, which is the dry permanent adhesive, and I'm going to be working on a page from the Dura-Bright white that I've cut down to size to fit into my art journal. For my art journal page, I'm going to be using some products from Stamperia as well. This is the Orchids and Cats Collection. Now, I've had it for a while and I guess it's just been a bit too pretty to use, but I'm going to change that today and get creative with it. Now, I've got some acrylic paints. I end up just trying to mix some colours together to create a colour that's very similar to the background paper. So you don't necessarily need the colours of paints that I've got. Just use whatever you've got in your stash and try and create a paint colour that matches the background. So it is a very shabby chic, almost duck egg greeny blue colour. So that's what I've tried to create. And then I'm just adding the acrylic paint onto a page of the Dura-Bright white. I've cut this page down to be 6 inches square so that it fits in the mixed media art journal. And this is a brilliant mixed media surface because you can use watercolour, alcohol inks, sprays, acrylic paints. It's a polypropylene film, so it's very durable. It's also heat tolerant as well. So before the paint dries, I'm just laying this stencil over the top and I'm just going to use a piece of tissue just to remove some of that paint so that that stencil design transfers onto the background. And you can see that that's left some really fun texture. I'm just going to dry this with my heat tool. I'm using the lowest setting and it only really took about a minute to dry. Acrylic paint is very quick drying. So to add a little bit more interest to the background, I've got this Mix It Up 6 stamp set from Rubber Dance. I really love that postcard design. It's like the back of a postcard where you put your message and the address and you've got the stamp and the postage mark. And I just think this is a really fun stamp to add interest to the background. I'm going to stamp with acrylic paint. I've mixed some brown with some white together just so that it's not too dark. But I ended up needing to add a little bit more brown because I felt like the stamping was a little bit too pale. You could use an ink pad here as well. You don't need to stamp with acrylic paint, but I quite like the effect that acrylic paint gives and it's very opaque. So while that's drying, I'm going to use the Dura-Lar Prints now. I'm going to use one of the clear sheets. I really love this envelope design with the flowers coming out of the top. And I really think it goes well with the vintage paper that I've pulled out of the paper pad. So I'm just going to use my long bladed Tim Holtz scissors to cut the design out of the sheet. And then I'm working on a piece of copy paper just so that you can see it. I'm going to use these Ohuhu acrylic paint markers. And so I'm just pulling out colours again that kind of follow the same colour theme in the papers. I've flipped the design over and I am colouring on the reverse just so that you don't have to worry about staining the lines and you'll still be able to see all the line art on the other side when we flip it over. So I'm just using shades of kind of very pale pinks, vintagey kind of coloured greens, a few browns and beige colours, and these just really match the papers. And you can see there when we flip the design over, you can see all of that lovely line art still. We haven't coloured over any of that. So I'm just going to quickly dry it with my heat tool very lightly. And then I'm just going to use my scissors just to cut around the design, just so that there's no Dura-Lar left kind of around the design. So I'm just fussy cutting around the flowers and the leaves. I'm using my Cutter Bee scissors here. And this material is really easy to cut. I then want to cut a piece of the paper to go directly behind the print so that it kind of makes the envelope look like it's that vintage design. And then to attach it, I'm just going to use a staple. I really want the sheet to kind of still have movement over the top. I want it to be a little bit of a flap, but just to kind of hold it together, I'm using my stapler. Now, if you didn't want it like that, you could definitely use the artist tack or the double tack. But if you don't want any risk of adhesive showing, then I would recommend just using a stapler to attach it. I've added some foam tape behind it just to kind of create a little bit of a pocket. So I've just done that around the edges and then I'm going to stick that down onto my page. I had added a few rub-ons to the background, but you can't really see it on the camera. So you'll see that in the close-up photos at the end. I'm going to add a few of the butterfly die cuts so that they're almost flying out of the envelope. I'm just adding a little bit of glue to the bodies of the butterflies so that the wings still have some dimension. I'm going to add a rub-on to the Dura-Lar print as well. I've added a sentiment that says friends in the middle, and then I'm going to add a little bit of a postage mark just to the top right hand corner there, and then we can peel off the backing tape. I wasn't sure whether to use the rest of that, but I decided that I think I've added enough details, so I'm just going to add a little bit of an acrylic marker around the rub-on sentiment just to kind of help that stand out a little bit. And then just to finish off the page, I'm going to add some splatters using some white acrylic paint. So I've just watered a little bit down, and then I'm just going to add some splatters with my paintbrush. Once these splatters are dry, I can then add that into my art journal. And if you need to create your own holes but don't have a mushroom punch, what I'm doing is I'm just using one of the other pages from the mixed media journal. I'm using my scissors just to snip lines down, and then I'm going to use just a standard hole punch to punch the holes where those lines are, making sure that they line up so that they match the other pages in the journal. And then that'll create the kind of mushroom punch so that you can attach it to your disc binding. And so that is the finished page for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget that all the products that I've used today will be linked in the description box below. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me. And there's loads more inspiration on the Grafix Arts YouTube channel as well for ways in which to use their products. I also have an art journal playlist which I'll leave linked at the end too. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care.